Hello and welcome. Let's do another one of those buy low, sell high. Let's take one of the ones that have really gotten their ass kicked, and let's just see what the results would be. This was our number 5 on Vibe, going back January 10th, 2018, in the area where everything was topping. Price action 16,199 Satoshi. And this is a three-figure price now. So let's just see how well I can do this, considering you figure this is going to be bearish long term. Meaning, I want to do strategies to do the best I can in a bear market and things like that. Okay, we'll see me come in now at around 16.2. Start putting in some sell orders. Now, volatility early is already nice because you can afford to put just a small sell order up here at 24.3. And I've scrolled all the way back in here really fast. I'm going to be surprised by events when they happen in time, but I know it's overall going to happen. So one of the ways you may play this is maybe we put in, I would be probably putting in maybe 3 orders at one time for this game. I got to go as simple yet advanced as possible, but as I can't overdo it either, although I usually do. What we'll do to start off with is just put in maybe a buy. Like, look at this. If it's already done this, right off the bat, you can get good volatility. And 16 going down to 11 is a major differential in price. I have created a spreadsheet. Let me bring that up. And here's what it's in. This is a manual entry, which is where you put the price. This is where the price is then written in Bitcoin Satoshi. Bitcoin inventory, which starts with one. I'm going to start with one Bitcoin. And one of the parts of playing bear market is only putting a third into it rather than, but I'll say it's put half of into each two coins if you're unsure which one. But in this case, this gives you extra buying power on the way down. Move size I haven't calculated. I will on the first one. And in here, this is an automated one for selling BTC. So this is a formula. I'll just keep on copying, pasting, moving on. And because it's going to take me so long to go through all of this, I'm just going to really say, okay, next trade is this and that. So here we are. You'd get a sell right off the bat at 24,312. So I put that in there. There it calculates it. So for move size, I've already put this in percentage format as far as it's, and I'm going to make it smaller. So I'm just going to go move because it's going to be such a small number. I don't need that big of a column. So equals, and I want the highest price of the two. So I take equals max. And I have to take either column A or B. Both will be the same. So equal max divided by min minus 1. And that will give me the percentage number. And this should work out to about 50%. So a huge move, to say the least. And how many would I want to trade? Right off the bat, I got 2,100. So I could get away off right off the bat by selling 850 of them. Now I need a formula. And I'm not going to put rake in here. I don't think it's really needed. Just to let you know, just to note that in this game like that, it's always going to be a side payment anyway. When you're paying with BNB, it literally is, at least on the Binance exchange. And even for a short term now in Bittrex, they gave us credits and stuff right now, so I'm getting free trades for a while there, which is pretty nice. But anyway, we need a formula for this. So 850 gone, which is going to equal negative this number, which will turn it into 850. And then what I need to do from it, I have to, let's just say, that divided by the, if I'm getting rid of 850, I multiply it by the price, like that. So I would end up getting 0.20 Bitcoin. What I'm going to do is copy and paste this all the way down now. And work from this point on. I'll now adjust the new orders to buy below and sell above. The next trade happens to be a buy 3 periods later. And what I'm going to use is I'm going to take the decimals off this and only use column G and decide every trade how many vibe are going to come in and out. And after a 50% move gaining 850, bear market strategy, I want to make sure, and I from programmed, I mean, it's just a copy and trade paste in anyway. I get that wrong. So this, or this one here. This is the copy and paste one. Yeah, I just copy and paste the wrong one. And I was trying to make this all fast and everything. So, in the situation in here where it's not that great of a gain, that doesn't make any sense. I guess 300 gain, that's. Okay, well, let's just do 1100. So I gain 300 now. I'd only lose out on 0.02 Bitcoin. And as it goes, when you look at this, this almost looks like you're really tight because it's not going to take much to hit this lower high. But in the early stages, if you're ever able to see this, you're playing volatility and it's not going to last long. You're going to have to adjust to it as it changes. And we can see it's already adjusting now. We've got an 18 that is entered and it's staying within the range. So one of the things you could do is, okay, let's just lower it a little bit, raise this a little bit, and see if that would help. And there we have a buy at 12.032. The percentage move is a 32% move. And with 2,400 already owned, and I got 1,100 last time. That was a big, big, big move. And it was just a buyback. So it was like, okay, that's all fine and dandy. Owning 0.6 Bitcoin, I probably wouldn't want to go anything too large in 1,200. I mean, that takes a good chunk off as it is. So you could even just, in a bear market, try to protect in the early stages. I'll hold on to a bit more Bitcoin, but I'll at least make another purchase and bring this up to, in this case, it'd be up to 3,500. That's a large increase. Adjust to new orders now. And it took 48 hours to get to the buy level at 86.82. And if we say increase this 1,500, it's going to cost 13. That's a little decent of a cost still, nonetheless. But as it goes, well, if buying becomes too problem, if the situation becomes where you're going broke, is another way of putting it in Bitcoin, you'll have to manage away with the situation. Of course, the easiest one and not the best one, maybe possibly, is to add more. But you have to try to man. You're given a bankroll, you have to manage it. You can't do anything to add or reduce it, and that's the way I like to do these types of exercises. Okay, now let's adjust to new orders, and the next trade comes in at a sell 28 hours later at the price point of 11,000, or it's this black one here, 11,657, and it'd be the black one because that's where your sell order would have been at. And what's very important here is to make sure that I'm getting better than 0.10085. So let's go say 11 and a quarter, and that really does it. So I don't even have to do that many for now. I could probably go 1050 and then move forward. Adjust the orders again. And what I want to do is I want to put buy order back to where it came from. And I haven't looked ahead. I don't know what's going on. I just going to be pushing this button, counting how many times it takes to get there. And I might say it took around this. If it gets like 60, 70, I might lose count and say that. But what I do is I'm going to just pause the tape, scroll, go to it, and so on and so forth. So the next trade comes in at of a buy at 72.60, 23 hours later. And we enter into another buy situation. I want to spend less than 12.12.4 and I want to get more than 10.50. And actually, I wouldn't even want to get more than 12.50 if I should be able to, no problem. And that is not a problem at all. So I add 300 from where I was on the last trade. And it cost me basically 0.10 or a gain of better than 0.025. Put some new orders. You won't see the sell one first, but the sell order comes in at 99 and a buy order a little over 5,000. And I put it in here because it's a decent gain and we're playing bear market strategy. 8 periods in, it has bounced from here, but still not near the trade. And 13 periods later, it goes down to 5,506 to buy. So the question is, how many do we want to get? Owning 5,000, we got 1350 last time. What would 1650 do? We'll just find out for price, because as it goes lower, the price becomes cheaper. This is cheaper than last time. What cost you close to like, well, 10 in that, 18, 17%. If I go 1,500, that's an okay gain. We'll work from there and then continue on forward. Adjust the orders. And I even put the next buy order below 3,800 for an aggressive decline. As far as where we came from in these stages, it's been nothing but straight down early. 57 hours later, the price has been going up and showing a lot of strength at the 18 highs, but still not yet at a price point to trade. But 4 hours there after that, a sell order coming in at 84.86. You're getting a 54% move, which is something you can actually work towards getting, as we can see within like an hourly time frame, trading every day 2 or 3, it seems, a couple times a day, the way it's been going on this. And 1,500 were added. If we were to say distribute 1375, we gain 100 and a quarter, and definitely a nice gain there as well. Just to a new buy and sell orders now. We might as well keep going back to where we came from in here at this previous low. I could go up in here. If this isn't a bull market, if this I'm looking for a bull market, I'd be looking to buy back maybe somewhere in here. But I'm going to go previous low instead, and of course a new order to sell at 11. And 17 periods later, that was just a little bit of a small miss, so I'm just going to resize or reposition it down there. And I guess I could have got the better price before. But anyway, 10,698 is another sale. And at 26% right now, it's our lowest trade, and that's going to probably become a good one. Would be very soon. But you're getting what you're getting. You own 5,186. So maybe you want to come up and put maybe 1,150. That works out to maybe even 1,200. That works out to over 20% of what you got, and you're going to cash out 0.12. And interestingly, now you're very close to where you started after the first buy, down to 0.63 Bitcoin almost, so down just 0.02 plus. But also seeing that this has went from 2,100 to almost 4,000, almost double. Adjust the orders, and that's why I'm going to pause it. So 2 periods just went by, but the sell order would fill, 12,716. Now we're left with just a gain of only 18.8%, which is still going to be fine. But let's put in a sale order of, say, 975. It's probably might be a little less, and actually it worked out to be very close to it. And I kind of want to get these numbers even, so I want to do 14 less than that just to get it. Actually, no, excuse me, 11 more, just to get to an even 3,000. So let's do 986, just for even number purposes only. And when you're playing bear market strategy, well, you definitely don't mind risking the sell out factor, because you're playing a market you really don't trust if you're considering it to be that of a bear market. But you're trusting its movement, you're trusting its volatility, you're trusting that if it does go up, you're profiting, and you want to succeed if the market goes down. Question is, we're going to find out, if the market goes down spectacularly, which it did, can you still profit on this? And without being safe, and I'll get to that in a little bit, when you can easily be safe, which is basically just, I'm up a lot. I'm just going to profit take so I can't lose the rest of the way, which at times can be smart to do. We'll see if that time even exists. I don't know yet. So I got lower orders in as well. I'm not going to, let's just move this one down a little bit. Push the auto button. Well, now I'll push auto. And the last trade in at 12,716. So yeah, 9 looks fine. That all looks fine. 21 hours later, we're seeing how it's showing weakness on the 18. But furthermore, when looking at this, I gotta think that you could get a little bit cheaper. I just gotta think it's gonna break this level of support. It's. I just gotta think that's just as easy to get as the other one was. And 21 hours later, the buy comes in at 9,094. And in bear market trading, you see if you had a situation where you traded here at 10.6, then 12, you're going to go a lower low than this number here, which is the case. A 40% move. And now if I'm able to do something like, say, buy like 1,200 more, that's going to be much less than what the 12.54 was. As we can see, only paying 10.91. Let's adjust the orders by moving this down, and you'd be like, okay, we can go to like previous low. That's a big volatile move too as well, but bear markets, that's what's going to happen. So previous high would be a good place to sell. 48 hours later, it came close to it, not quite, but it's still in the weight. And it's been a lot more since as it's been grinding lower. I could just take it now if I wanted to. And the risk reward here is always, the price is always better here. If I buy here and it just goes up from the bottom, then that's going to be a positive, and I'm going to have the trade available to me, which I won't if I don't buy. And if I wait to buy, well, obviously I'd get the better deal. Which is better, waiting or not? I'm just going to scroll it like this, obviously, if you weren't going to get that, a cheaper price. And I could have got cheaper, obviously, 57.67 in. And this is a 57% move, still very, very aggressive. If we go 1600, it's only going to cost 0.09, and this is becoming very affordable now. When you own 0.644 and we're only risking like, at, well, 1.6, not even, a little better than that, 2/13. That gives you a lot of leeway moving forward. And as it goes now, we just wait for the new orders to come in. And I'll just do like this so we can see what would happen. But what I like to do is say what would realistically what I want to do. Because I do want to speed this up the rest of the way. But a sell order hits at 78.96. And I wouldn't mind getting back my 0.09 if I could. And that would do it. In fact, I even get a bit more. I can go 1350 and keep 250. And the market would continue to go up as we've seen spoiled before. So a sell order below 10,000 is where I go. And I could have got a bit more expensive as well, but 99.80 is the next sell order. And we're getting a 26.4% move on that, owning 4,400. So if we put in, say, maybe, actually that's not the number place to put it in. But if we put in, say, maybe 1,200 in here, I get a nice 0.12 almost. Bringing the Bitcoin up to, well, only needing 0.215 or 2.215 to get it back to even. Then I have to move my buy orders, stuff like this. This is like a nice 61.8% retracement. Adjust my sell order up a bit. That works out to over a 20% move now. And then this is what I do. I'll just go quick because I'm like, okay, I guess I'd be buying next, 66.20. And 50% make on the play. So same thing. I want to get noticeably more than 1,200, and I want to cost noticeably less than that 0.11, well, the 0.12 number. And with a move of 50%, and if you're getting like 17, 1,800 will give you 600 more. And it would actually cost you the same because of the 50% move. And if I go like, say, 1,500, well, now it's going to be a nice little gain now on both ends. And when I say gain on both ends, I'm thinking a little wrong. So I'm just going to, both coins. So we just bought at 66. You could probably put a seller up in here. Previous low, is that too low? Well, 47. That's a differential of like 2,000 points. Not really. And then I would just quickly see that I would be buying it. It works out to that of a 40% play on the volatility. Last time 1,500 was in for the 0.9 number, owning 67. Definitely lots of possibilities here. This costs less. I'll even go like 1,850, which cost 876. Now bringing the number up to 6,600. So again, with the orders in, I got a big one here. Like this one even should be a bit higher, but at like 18,000, 6,300 now as far as the next sell order. Buy next to 3,400, then an insane buy order at 469. And then I would just move it to. Oh, looks like it's going to sell. Nope. Now it's going to buy. Maybe. Probably. Definitely no. 3409. And if we go say 2300, well, that's much lower there. So let's go even 2400. Bring it to an even 9,000 ownership now. And still, only half the Bitcoin you start with is out the window. So we'll adjust the orders. I'll just move it to where the next trade is now. Well, for now, it wasn't a buy because I kind of missed it here, but it's still looking like it will. And oh, okay, I missed that one. How badly did I miss it? 469. Talk about being greedy. Buy at 26.92. I got to play the game right, and not. Geez, that sucks. The declining move down to 26%, and well, what would say 3,000 go? It would be about the same as last time, so I think I'm going to go 2,500. That's a small buy. Still works well. I can sell pretty much all of it, or most of it, like 24, 2,300 on the next sell order, if that's the next play. And in this game, I'm not trying to predict what it is, just have the readies order just in case. So maybe go down to 2,000. Nice little percentage move there. As far as where to sell it at, we got this previous high at 33, but that's a gain of about like 600 points. That's a little over 20%. And I guess I got to move this. So at 32, go a little more like 30, probably around here. Although when I auto the screen, it'll look more. And I just want this insane order a little lower, more realistic to hit. After all, you've seen my buy order hit, or did not rather. And let's just see. Oh, the buy, and look at that. That's just luck. But you can see here. Okay, we got the buy in. Now you have to put the new orders in at the 2040. But before we do that, let's actually uh, go to the spreadsheet. And then we're going to do this. I'm going to take a break now. So I'm just going to finish this video off and do a part two. I mean, it's a perfect time at 22 minutes into the video to do that. And I'll write the date on here so that I can, and maybe even move it to like the 3 or 4 hour term time frame as well. And the next time, because if I'm playing for these gains, I don't need the single hour. If I'm looking at a single hour, I'm looking for like 10, 15% moves, even at, or even 5, 6, 7%, 8%, 9% plays. Well then, so what we buy here, we have 0.44 Bitcoin. We paid zero point zero 0.06 last time. I definitely want to pay less than that again. Maybe even the 6 number would I'd be fine with. What would, just out of curiosity, 3,500 be way expensive. And then the 6 number, do I go with it? You know what? Yeah, let's go with 3,000. As far as the date is concerned, well, we've made trade number 3 starts. One doesn't count for. 18 ratio trades have been done. And what date would we be talking here? We're March 2018. This is like 3 months in. Let me just get the, doesn't matter, but March 17, March 18th, whatever. Alrighty, thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.